So what country are you or your family members originally from?
From Indonesia.
Why did you or your family members leave Indonesia?
It's just me. I'm the only one who moved here. My family is still there in Indonesia.
Why did you leave though?
I'm married to this guy from Texas, and that's why I came here. He came to Indonesia as a missionary, and I met him there in Indonesia. He lived there for 7 years before, no, 2 years before we got married, and then after we got married, about 5 years. And then he said, well, it's time for me to go home to Texas because I miss my home. So I said, well, that's fair. Okay, let's just go to Texas because, you know, he's missing his country so bad. We are in the same faith. So my mom and dad, it's okay if you're marrying different culture as long as it's in the same faith. We are Christian, so he's also a believer, so it's okay.
So what changes in lifestyle did you make when you came to America?
Here is more nice in education, also complete, and I think well managed. Everything is good here compared to my country. Yeah, the system, education system, and even if I work here, and the system is really good too. Yeah.
What was your first impression of the U.S.?
Great country.
Has this initial impression changed over time, or do you still kind of feel the same way?
I still feel the same way. Yeah.
What are some of the differences and similarities that you've noticed between Indonesia and America?
Same population, big population with my country. Yeah.
How were you treated when you first arrived in the U.S.?
When I came here, I was a tourist, so everybody was welcoming, and you know they like treated good as a tourist. Yeah.
Has that changed since you moved here? Like, are you treated differently now?
No, they're still nice people, but some people are just don't care or just ignoring. But most of them, they're nice to me. Yeah.
That's good. Have you experienced discrimination due to your culture or ethnicity here?
Sometimes.
What happened, if I can ask that?
Maybe they think I can't speak English and I don't understand, so they try to get somebody who can, try to speak the same language. And sometimes they say Spanish "hola" to me, and I don't speak Spanish. Yeah, because I look Spanish. Maybe that's why. Yeah, instead of Asian. Yeah.
What do you miss the most about home?
About Indonesia, my family. My family so bad. Yeah. I like cooking Asian food because I'm homesick sometimes. I want to go home and it's too far to go home. So to make me feel better, I cook the Indonesian food. So then, it's like.
Is it harder to find like the same ingredients here?
Yeah, it's completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I have to order online for some spices. In Amarillo, they don't have like a bus system, or in Indonesia you can just go outside on the street and then just haul a bus every 1 minute. They come a bus. It's very easy. And here you have to have your own transportation or depend on somebody on transportation. That's what I miss the most. And if you're hungry, you can go out and then just find a place where you can buy some cheap food, rice and everything, like veggies, for $1 and come back and eat. And that's very easy. I don't miss the traffic jam though. Yeah, my hometown, even though it's not as big as New York, but they provide lots of facility as a transportation. We get a motorcycle, taxi, train, and a bus, like a small van bus, where you can find any time for 24 hours. Yeah, you don't have to call a taxi all the time. You want to go somewhere. In Indonesia, we are spoiled. Everything is very easy. You can hire a maid for $50 a month, and here you have to do everything by yourself, like everything, like cooking. Well, you know, in my hometown, you can hire somebody and do whatever you want. Just yell at him or her, just do this for me, do this for me. It's very easy. But here, yeah, you have to arrange your time, and then you're working full time, and then have to do all the housework, right? So it's a tough life here in United States compared to my country. Yeah, that's if you want to live in the United States, you have to be ready, you know, to experience these things and also learn the language and try to be, you know, have a understand different culture, which is not easy to, even though you know most of the Americans culture from the movie or type of movie that we've seen back home, but it's a movie. It's not it's not a real